What up, Bill? What did you do?
Well, first off, let me give you my intro. What's up, family? It's your boy VE to the double E, and I'm back again with another deck profile. This is from YCS Columbus, day 2. I'll give you the full review here in a few minutes, but I wanted to let y'all know the 60 card guide. If you look at the mat, you know what it is. I played that 60 card Machine Empire. I started off strong. Day 1, I made day 2. Should have been X2. I'm not giving a shout out to my opponent. I don't want to get my video flagged, so I won't say all the things I want to say about them. But you know who you are. I'm not gonna even say your name because you're not even worth it. Yeah, I played that Machine Empire, 60 cards. Since the new train stuff came out, I couldn't. Also, shout out to Michael Jackson before I start. Well, I couldn't go without. I didn't want to play Cool Tune. Branded was on my short list of decks, but I wanted to do something that nobody else was doing. And y'all know I bring the spice. I bring the spice when I play. So I'm gonna show you what the day 2. The losers pack is somewhere around here. Who cares? But I'm gonna show you the day 2 list. So we start off with the best machine starter in all human history, and other histories as well. Scrap Recycler, you gotta play 3. Then we got the reason why we even considered this deck is Blue Train. For the uninitiated, this card searches, on the surface, it searches the train, field spell, and some other card that we don't play. But in combination with Scrap Recycler or any other machine, you can summon Scrap Recycler, search Regulus. There's 1,000 things. His once per duel graveyard effect is you can target any Earth machine. Has to be specifically Earth. Summon it and that monster, and it doesn't negate effects. It's only once per duel, but it's like Hobbles once per duel. If you resolve this card, there's a 90% chance you're winning. And then we have some other train stuff. The train one of these are just train extenders. And then we got one more new guy, the Babel Decker. This card's pretty interesting. So on normal summon, what it does is it can special summon any Earth Machine monster. So with any other your Earth Machine guys, you could typically just full combo. But it shines when you get hand trapped because it has the effect like K9. What's that K9 guy? The one that XYZs, except he's better because he just basically slaps it on top and uses it as material, so you don't need any other monster. So if your opponent uses any hand trap, like if they fool and you ash, you can still get this, just normal summon this guy, get your full effect off, and it's basically the same thing as opening up with this. It just makes it when your opponent has things. So that's all the train stuff. Now, if this was it wouldn't be an Empire deck. So we had to get a little wet with it. We had to get the Chris Strong cards, 1 Smiger, 2 Solfador, 1 Solfefnir, and 1 Tristaros. Now this engine actually could have been larger, but they're so this is a 1-card starter that gets you the same thing as this. And then obviously these guys in combination with the other cards do the same. And we'll talk about kind of how we get there. And of course, I wouldn't be the king of machines if I didn't have Orcus, man. The engine is pretty straightforward. 2 Girsu, we slimmed it down, but to be honest, after playing, it could have been even smaller because it's part of your board breakers, but you have to be able to play around Fua, so you have to play this, you have to play this, you have to play this. I don't love this card, but it's also a combo piece. But you could have played a super slim down engine with just going to like 1 harp. Because during the combo you dump harp, so it doesn't matter. And then you play 2 Girsus in case you draw one, but also Girsu is a 1.5 card starter by itself. Girsu is a 1 card starter for just the Orcus engine plus a little bit of extension, but him plus any other piece is the full combo. Then we have Ancient Gearbox. We never want to draw this card. I drew this card like 6 times. It's crazy how many times I drew box. But when it's searched and you resolve it, it's crazy. And now we got one more card that you never want to draw. I probably could have just not played this. We went back and forth and testing on this 3 or 4 times. It's really win more. There's a couple of cards I probably would have played over this, but it did come clutch a couple times. But we're going to talk about the greatest machine extender of all time. The 6th man of the year is Convex Knight. So picture this. His effect says, I'll just read it because I don't feel like thinking. It says if a machine is on the field and this card is in your hand. So it doesn't matter if Doom Z has a machine. It doesn't matter what other deck has a machine. You can literally special summon this card from your hand, copy it. You can copy the level or rank, and its level becomes that. So it can be anything, and then it foolishes anything. So any Earth machine. So if you have a scrap recycler and they imperm a scrap recycler, you could dump Blue Train, turn this, and then you can still continue to combo, and then bring this back, go crazy, right? This card was probably the best card. I was so close to playing 3. But every time I had a chance, on its own, it's not very great. It is a 1.5 card starter, but you need the 0.5. And obviously, then we just got Regulus because this he's Reggie, King Reggie. You can't be a machine king without recognizing your servants. So then we got some hand traps. Just 3 Fuwa, 3 Ash. Fuwa was Fuwa. Ash was good to stop Fuwa because this deck summons 100,000 times. Now we're going to get to the best card in the deck. 3 Exceptional Schedule. This card is by far one of the craziest cards in the game. If you open up with this actually helps you beat Forbidden Crown. But your opponent has to answer it immediately. Because when you activate it, it searches Urgent Schedule. And then you can give your opponent a giant 3,000 token. So if you activate this immediately Fuwa checks them immediately. And it also checks them for any card like Ash, because they don't want you to have, or if they don't have Fuwa, they can't afford to let this resolve. You get Urgent Schedule from this, which is crazy because it summons 2. But the graveyard effect, after you resolve this, helps you play around Crown, because if, let's say you activate this, summon the guy, and they go and they don't Crown Blue Train because you need a level 10 machine, Earth machine in the graveyard to play around. But if they don't do that, and you still have a bunch of ways to get level 10 trains in your graveyard, its graveyard effect is you can banish it, target a level 10, summon that level 10, and send a monster from your field to grave. And Crown doesn't stop it from being sent, just tribute it. So then you have Foolish, 1 card starter. Obviously, these are 1 card starters. And you guys thought I was done with this card when I was done with Fiend Link. Double Wild, it's crazy. It turns any machine that I have, because it says a level 10 of that type, and it's not Fiends, it's not Fiend specific. So we didn't play Citadel, but you can get Blue Train. So this plus any machine that's level 5 or lower lets you just search Blue Train. And then we already know Blue Train is crazy. So it's just full combo. It also helps when you open up multiple starters. So if I open up Scrap Recycler and Girsu, this doesn't make you summon the monster that you searched. You can discard any card and summon any monster of that same type, not just the guy you searched. So it's crazy. That came up 3 or 4 times. Babel and Switchyard, you never want to draw either one of these, to be honest. Though technically Switchyard is a 1.5 cards combo. This gets sided out going second because it's just Babel's good, but going first it's not great. Which is why like the Super Slim package could probably just play 2 Crescendo if I'm being honest. And then we have some non-engine. 2 Crowns. You have Call By, 3 Book of Eclipse, 3 Droplet, Tactics, and Raigeki. Raigeki was our literal last ad. It was literally the last card we added. It came up. I played against Exo Sister like round 6, and he had Dai-Fi, and so I Raigeki. Cool. But you just wanted another board breaker to threaten Cool Tune. I played 2 Cool Tune. I lost to one of them. That's just how it goes, man. I drew 5 1-ofs. But all my opponents... Anyway, Crescendo and Cluster, that's the main deck. Like I said, there's a few changes in the main deck I would make. This deck has been... Nobody else is playing this variant in this way at all. So there's no blueprint to doing it perfectly. But I think we probably cut some of the 1-ofs. We probably could have played... We play so many quick plays, we probably should have just played 3 Radiant Typhoon Vision to dig a little deeper. Because every card has some value. But, you know, that was okay. Side deck was interesting but simple. We have the 1 Thrust. So we considered this in the main deck. The problem is Doom Z just kills this card and you can't do anything with it. So you can't main it expecting a lot of Doom Z. And against Cool Tune it's crazy, but your hand has to be good enough. 2 Lightning Storms, which is nuts. 2 Illusion Gates, which I don't... Whoever said they shouldn't play this in their side deck is crazy. Duster, nuts. And then we played the Beat Doom Z cards. There's a lot of D-Fissure, so this card gets a lot worse. You could probably go 3 of these and something else. And then the other parts of my side were these, and these were crazy going first. So when you look at the deck, you will notice that there are earth monsters, there are water monsters, there are a lot of things that kind of conflict. So you can't main these. If you were playing pure Orcus, these obviously would all be in the main deck. If you were playing just Orcus Crystron, these would be in the main deck. If you were playing pure Trains, these wouldn't exist anywhere else. But what it is you have so many cards. You have some going second cards that just come out. So the auto side outs, if you're going first and you know they can't break the board with your 1.5 card combo, the auto sides when you're going first are these 5 plus this guy, because this is just a win more card. So these just come in. So and it's 6 card sides, but these I only play 5. So you go 5. You can keep the Babble. So these are 5 auto. These come in. Your inboard is like 13, 14 interruptions. And so these just kind of help you play if your opponent has super poly and other things. So yeah, we'll talk about that here in a second. So that's the end of the main deck and the side. I guess the side I wouldn't change much except for these draws were decent, but I think we probably go 3 Mistaken Arrest. Because a lot of the decks you want to use this against are playing DeFi in the side. So DeFi or Shifter, and so a lot of decks have answers to this. I played against 2 Enneacraft for some reason, and they DeFi'd me and I had Droll every time. First action DeFi, I got shifted a couple times. So like in comparison, this card is much better at 3 because you can still lock them out the game. This card is just better for going second, but you have to play it because Mitsu's still a deck. But other than that, the side deck was fine. I don't have an issue with it. The extra deck, I guess we're going to start off with the train guys. 1 Libe, 1 Rocket, 1 Gustav, 1 Flying Launcher. So this card this is like our last resort if we need to kill. A lot of people only summon Libe to use his effect to make him the only one who can attack, but he's a 4,000 guy, and his ability to attack multiple times isn't contingent on you activating the boost effect. So you can always use all the effects of this card, which is also crazy. We'll talk about him, but most of the time, let's say we get here, you can make this detach from Gustav, get rid of like Ancient Gearbox or any card in your hand, just to replace the material after you burn them for 2k, and then summon the Libe over that, and then you get 1, 2, 3, 4. You get 4 attacks with a 4,000 guy and the monsters, and then the rest of your board is massive. IOTK doing this a couple times, just having this guy clear. You can, because this card is custom. I know I'm stammering and stuttering. It's okay. This card is custom. So for the uninitiated, what he does, he takes any 2 level 10 monsters. On summon, he searches an Earth machine. He gives you the additional normal summon of any machine. So if you open it up with multiple starters, this helps you break through multiple starters. It lets you search Scrap Recycler, which gets you everything in every direction. And then he has his other effect is he can detach as many materials as you want and target that many back row and destroy them. This works with your urgent schedule sometimes if you just need a level 10 to try to extend. And then when you're done, you can still slap a Libe on him that can attack twice with 4,000 over monsters. And then you can still push your game. So these cards are all crazy. And obviously Gustav is Gustav. People, if they see this one time, I had 2 people they were like, oh, I'm going to get FTK'd. And they thought they were getting FTK'd. So they just let me do whatever I wanted because they were scared of FTK. So that was cool. Then the Orca stuff. It's very small. We were playing a heavy engine because I was scared of initially when they released the Crackle. This card makes every machine monster infinite, and I was scared of losing her. But most of the lists that I've seen against with Cool Tune weren't even playing Crackle, so because they had opted for the Fallen and the Virtuous or whatever. So this was just right. During your combo, you push into this last, and then it makes your board unbreakable. And Crescendo's a crazy card. The Tristaros and the River Stormer. So this is how you take the Crystron line and you turn the Crystron line into the train line into the Orcus line. So every engine minus Orcus alone bridges you into all 3. This card is crazy because it helps you search Regulus and it's not once per turn to search. And you can search it twice. You can use it twice because you use Blue Train, put 2 that searches your Regulus. And then you continue to play, and through your Crystron line, you trigger it again, and you get another search, and then you make River Storm and you get another search. So that's insane. Also, this card being on the field, reducing your opponent's stuff by 500 attack and defense, and it makes your trap a pop too. Anger Knuckler, and we'll just put these 3 out. So this is the search box, obviously. But it also helps with the Libe OTK because you can pop your own back row, so you can trigger your urgent schedule to search and all that jazz, and then it helps you Libe OTK by making dudes. Because you get machine locked so often in this deck, you just needed something generic. This wasn't SP, but when you steal a monster with Elon Girsu, you need to be able to get it off the field while you're machine locked. So you just make Barricade Board Blocker. And then Anger Knuckle, he's just a very mad dude. And then the last card is Clockwork Knight, and this card is crazy. All in all, I made day 2. I started off strong, 3-0. And then I lost to Cookie on F Note. I won 1, 2, 3, lost 4, 5, won 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to talk about round 9. I wasn't going to talk about round 9, but I'm going to talk about round 9. So the guy we sat down, it was cool at first. Game 1, it was a grind, cool. We were at about 25 minutes for a game 1. Game 2 was a super grindy game where it came down to his last back row had to be live, and it was live. So we go to game 3. About 7 minutes left. He knows what my board looks like. We have like 20 seconds. I say, hey brother, here's what it is. Can you break it? There's no need. One of us can concede now. We don't have to take a double loss. Whatever, it's not collusion. You can always ask your opponent if they would like to concede. You're not coercing them, but you can ask them if they'd like to concede. He was not in a winning position at all. We were both X2. It made us X3 with the double loss. I'm not a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh players who take people to double losses because they don't like how they're losing. That's not my style. Not a fan. But every other opponent I had, day 1 and day 2, shout out to y'all. Y'all were all cool. But this event got me hungry. Shout out to my teammates, David. Shout out to Daniel Trend. Shout out to Elman, everybody in the Card Cartel, all the folks who were on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, hitting me up with the support, man. I've been trying to get back into the game, hadn't been doing as much as I would like, but we're going to get back and we're going to win Houston. That's it. That's all.